Hi everyone, I am Navya. Welcome to my channel. So today in this video, I am here with a very popular question that people ask me. I have been asked a lot through LinkedIn or by many of my juniors. So the question is that when it comes to placements, so people generally get confused as on what to focus more on, either the development side or learning the DSA side, right? So my answer is something that I would like to share with all of you so that you guys know that you are on right track and uh, like don't miss on anything so that it helps you equally in your placements. So let's start with the video. Okay, so my answer to this question will be that both of them are equally important if you talk about development or DSA with respect to placements. So, if you are a student of any engineering college, there might be some companies coming to your college during the placement season, right? So, at that time, you will be required to prepare your resume as well and then sit for the companies that are coming, right? So while you're applying for the companies, you are required to submit your resumes to them, and you're also required to sit for some of their coding tests, right? So now you know that you have to go through all these procedures. So based on this, I'll be covering how both are important for you and how are they actually going to play a different role, which is both of their roles are very important if you talk about any placement that you are going to sit for, right? So I have prepared short points for you over here. So I mentioned that both are important. So now let's first talk about how development is important, right? So like when you get into your college, you might get intimidated by how your seniors are learning web development, app development, or working with MLAI projects and going to hackathons, right? So everyone in those phases of the first second years, generally people tend to learn some of their interests like web development, app development, or MLAI. It depends from person to person. So I would say that yes, it is a right thing to do at that time. You should learn at least something from web development, app development, ML, AI, and nowadays there are virtual reality, augmented reality. So there are a lot of things that you can. There is cloud computing. So it's a lot to discover. You need to just explore all the possibilities that you can get into and see what fits you the best, right? So you should explore this development domain because it is really very important. How it is important, that I have mentioned here and try to sum up. So it is definitely going to enhance your technical skill set. So these are the skills that you are going to write in the resume for the company that you're going to sit for, right? So that's the number one advantage you get with those skills in your hand. And when you have those skills, you'll be working with developing some projects. So while you're developing those projects, make sure that they're good enough so that you're also able to put them in your resume. So it is going to again help you while building a resume that is eventually going to help it in your placements, right? So those projects can also be used, maybe if you're in some club or chapters, you can use it to build it for some cause for your college, or maybe you are building it in partnership with some organization, or maybe some of your core subjects, CS subjects, CS or IT subjects projects can also be developed using these skills. And make sure that you don't make them very properly and make them with a good thinking so that you can use them as a good projects in your resume, right? So the third point will be that if you have skills and if you know how to make projects, you have some prior experience doing self learning, then you can definitely get try to get some internships online, right? So you can reach to sites like Internshala, AngelList, and nowadays there are many other sites. Even on LinkedIn, people post many internship opportunities for first, second year, or even third year students, right? So try to get connected to that network. And obviously, seniors are of the most help that you can get in college. So try to get these internships, because these internships are what you're going to put it in your work experience, right? So three sections of your resume covered with the help of development. But this is something that you need to start learning from face to face of your when your college life starts. It's not something that you can just do it just before 5 months or 6 months from your placement, right? It cannot be done like that, because that time before placement is for working on your DSA skills, right? So maintain a habit of learning something in development that is actually going to help you build your resume when it comes to placements. And also you can get to participate in hackathons. So when you participate in hackathons, you interact with a lot of people there. You get to know and get to solve the real life problems that those companies come and put up, right? So you also get to put something in your extracurricular activities section in your resume when you get an achievement in such hackathons, right? So, this was all about how development is important when it comes to your final year and placements. And also, in general, not only your placements, and also in general, you are enhancing yourself technically and making you more technically sound and strong, right? So, now coming to DSA. So, there are a lot of people who have been into competitive coding since the college starts, and there are a lot of people who balance both of them, development and competitive coding, from the beginning only, right? So see, it's not necessary that I would recommend you that do both of them. I would just say that do whatever interests you, but make sure that both of them have an equal weightage if it comes to your placements, because development is something that is going to build your resume, and DSA is something that uh, you need to give exams for to clear that online test that you have for sitting into the interviews. So both of them are equally important. So I'll talk about DSA now. So DSA is something, it's data structures and algorithms. So you need to learn, you'll be learning various data structures and various algorithms that help you in solving real life problems. So basically what happens is that in companies who come for placements, they conduct a general online test. So basically that is something that you need to appear for. It's a screening round of thing. So not all people will qualify that. So those people who qualify that get to sit into the interviews, right? So in these tests, they ask coding questions in which you have to use your data structure and algorithm skills to solve those problems, and they can be up to 3 to 4 problems depending on the company. And also they'll ask you some MCQs related to that DSA skills. Technical MCQs will be there, and some output questions, debugging questions can also be there. So it is really important, because if you can't qualify this round, you won't get a chance to sit for the interviews, right? So it is important. But there are people who do competitive coding more. Competitive coding is slightly different from DSA. Competitive coding is like you are very consistent with your practice. It involves learning DSA, but you learn some more tips and tricks that helps you to attain more efficiency time wise and space wise. Plus you try to compete in competitions, and you must have heard about Code Chef, Code Forces, and there are many other contests that they are very regular with those contests, and they keep on taking part in them. So it's like it's a regular habit for them. But not all people want to become competitive coders. So some of them also have interest in development. So it's your way to choose. It's not necessary that you need to do competitive coding from like as a pure competitive coder to learn DSA. DSA can also be learned while you are studying your subject in the college. You must have a subject called DSA in the college, right? So you can learn it there, and you can practice like make a consistent habit of at least solving 2 problems daily, so that you don't have that pressure of learning DSA just before your placements. So DSA is different from competitive coding, but it is equally important. So, in case you haven't started DSA, you need to do it now because placements are very close, approachable. So, you need to do it right now because just 2 or 3 weeks before, even if you do DSA, you learn about data structures and algorithms, it won't help you to get good results because there are people who have been doing that maybe God knows from how many years or how many months, right? So a good practice is to that make a consistent habit of at least solving 1 or 2 questions every day so that you remain in track with the DSA. So it's like that learning DSA is also going to help you if you talk about creating any product or writing some code when you're developing using web development, app development. So it is going to help you to develop that logic efficiently because that logic developing and problem solving comes from the when you solve problems using data structures and algorithms. So it comes using that skill. So it is really important and it is going to enhance your problem solving skills because it is being asked in the interviews. You'll be given any real life problem and you'll be told to apply your DSA knowledge to solve that problem. So it is really helpful, and knowing DSA is a necessity even if you want to go in development domain because it is going to help you directly or indirectly in your algorithm building when you are writing code while you're developing a website or an app, right? So if you if you are very consistent with DSA from the starting, then you can also get to try participating in some coding contests. Maybe don't aim for such higher ranks initially, but you can try participating so that you can also put them in achievements. But again, that's not necessary to do it from the starting because choices depend on you guys. What do you like? You want to get into excessive competitive coding, or development interests you more? So you need to do both of them, development and DSA. Try maintaining both of them in a a good parallel way so that you don't have to just try mugging up and rush up things before your placements or your interviews. So it's a good habit to be consistent because any learning is going to take time. So advice to all third year students who are going to sit for your placements, it's that if you are not familiar with DSA till now and you are trying to start it over with, then please do it because it's the high time now. It is going to definitely take you time to get familiar with how to think so to solve a problem and what data structure to use, what algorithm to use before the placements start, right? So it's really important that you start now and focus on DSA more and make sure that you build a good resume because that helps in screening of candidates. And also for all the first and second year students out there, my suggestion to you is that do focus on development because it is going to help you build your technical skill set, uh, and it is going to help you develop some good projects and get some internships. But at the same time, if you are able to manage learning coding either in C++ or in Java or Python, whatever language you like, it depends on you. So try balancing it well because uh, the more practice you have and the more number of days of experience that you have is really going to benefit you from others who will just start right now. So trying balancing that, it is not a compulsion but just an advice, just to let you know that both of them are important. So don't miss out or uh, value less any of these domains because they have their equal value if you talk about any placement or any job interview. So my advice is that consider both of them equally important and manage yourself accordingly because for every student it's a different way to manage. But having an experience of learning both these things is really important if you want to be placed in a good software company on a software developer role. So I hope that the importance of both of them, most is on your placements, is clear to you guys now. So in case of any doubts and any suggestions, feel free to post it in the comments. And I hope that this video helped you guys in making you know that how these things are really important and how it makes a difference when you sit for placements, right? So thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll be posting such helpful content related to placements and coding and development, so that it helps you guys in some or the other way. So thanks again for watching the video.